to Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Johan, and today I'm going to be giving you first impressions on the haul that I've done in the previous video. So if you haven't seen that yet, go back and watch that if you want to see all the bits that I brought. But if you like this type of thing, don't forget to give this video a like and do subscribe because it really helps my channel. So in my last video I did quite a large beauty haul from Boots, ASOS and Glossier. So I wanted to show you those products in action, and we could do that together, get first impressions. I haven't touched any of these yet, so I've really had to resist touching these, and I really wanted to use these, but I thought let me put this on a video and do that together. So I've got my base done as usual. I've put a primer on. It's not really a primer, I would say, the Ole Henriksen Banana brightening primer they call it, but really it is just a brightener that you put underneath, and it's slightly tacky, which is helpful for makeup, but that's it. So it's my usual skincare, sunscreen, all that jazz, and then the primer underneath. And I'm going to start with the YSL New Skin, and I bought this in colour 9. And in my last video I was saying actually how difficult it is to find your colour, to really understand your colour. So I had to watch quite a few YouTube videos, see whether I can find somebody who's a similar shade to me and see if I can match from there. So I'm going to put this on for the first time and see what the texture's like, see what the smell is, and then maybe in another video I'll do a proper full long wear test for you. I might do that on quite a few of the new foundations that I've bought. So there's the colour. It looks quite similar to my Glossier one, so there's some hope here. Let's put it on the skin. Looks quite pale actually, now I've rubbed it on. It's really difficult to see. This is in the medium skin range, and I went for the least warm in the warm category, because the warms were, some of them looked super orange. The fragrance is nice. The fragrance is really clean and fresh. It's got a citrus fragrance to it. I really like that. So let's put this on with a brush. So it does blend really well. That citrus smell is relatively strong but fades straight away. But it's a pleasant, I would really describe that as a quite pleasant smell actually. I wonder if this would be better with fingers, because the Glossier skin tint, it works with a brush but it's quite nice with fingers as well. And I would say if you're trying to skin match yourself and you're somebody who wears bronzers, maybe go for, with skin tints, maybe go for not the slightly palest shade, or the one that's not so red or too yellow, so you can warm up your face with bronzers. So shade match, I don't think that's too bad. I think it matches my neck pretty well and my chest, which is always a thing for me. It's just making sure there's continuity between face, neck and chest, so it doesn't look like you've just like a floating head. So that's, I think it's all right actually. And the coverage isn't too bad. It's definitely very skin tint like. So if you're somebody who loves a lighter coverage, then it's definitely for you. It's a heavier coverage than the Glossier skin tint, but so it's got a bit more of coverage, but it's nowhere near like a normal foundation or a medium foundation, and it's not as much coverage as the NARS skin tint either. So I think the NARS skin tint would be most coverage. This is definitely between Glossier and NARS, I'd say. I'm just going to put a little bit more on, see what it looks like when you build it up. You can definitely get more of a coverage out of it than I thought you would. And I really like how it looks on the skin. Yeah, I really like how that looks on the skin. It looks really fresh. The scent is really lovely, but it doesn't stay for too long, so it's not overbearing. Trust me, it's not overbearing, but because I have really sensitive sense of smell. But it's actually a really pleasant citrus smell. I'm really happy with that. I really like the way it makes my skin look. Gives it a nice glow. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I would recommend checking this one out. I wonder what the wear test would be like. I think it's definitely something that I'd have to either powder down or reapply, just because of the nature of my skin. I have oily skin, so I think that's definitely something that I will have to retouch during the day. But if you've got combination normal dry skin, you're probably going to really enjoy this. So this is a definite yes for me so far. It was £27 or £29 full price. So the next thing I bought was the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I bought it in G6. I usually have it in G5. So let me open the G6 for you so you can see the colour difference between G5 and G6. So I can see that too actually, because I haven't opened any of these. I've been so good. They've been sitting here for about a week, and I love playing with makeup, so I've had to be really, really good. So this is the colour G6, so you can see what that looks like. And let me get the G5s for you so you can see in comparison. Again, Glossier is one of those brands where you can use a colour across skin tones. So this is what they look like side by side. So this is G5 and this is G6. So G5 is slightly deeper, slightly warmer, and this is slightly paler. That's all. There's a very slight difference. You can barely tell the difference in these two colours. I'm going to try the G6 today because this is the new one I bought, but this will definitely be more my summer coming into autumn colour, and this will be my winter spring sort of colour before the sun comes into the UK. So yeah, glad I picked this up. Let me try that out now on the skin. So with the stretch concealer, I like to use my hands in the pot, so make sure you've got clean hands. And they are very moisturising, a little bit oily, so you need to warm it up in your finger because it's quite solid, and then you just push your finger around and it will start to warm up. This is what it looks like here. I'm just gonna, there aren't many places that actually you need concealing, but I'm just gonna use it because just to try it out for you today. I'll tell you what it was like. So I'm just gonna put it in areas where I have a bit of hyperpigmentation. This blends so much better actually than the G5 at the moment for me. The G5 was leaving a slight darker patch over those areas I was trying to conceal, and anybody does it, it's quite frustrating when that happens when you do that with concealer. It doesn't quite look as natural as you want it to. So this is what it looks like, and it actually really works with the new skin. So if you wanted to build it up with the colour 9 and this G6, they work very well together. So just put it in those areas where I just want a little bit more coverage. I don't bother with under my eyes because I don't really have dark circles so much that I want to cover under there. So that's what the G6 looks like on my skin. I think it's blended in pretty well, to be honest. I don't think it's left any kind of stark marks. It is creamy. It feels really moisturising. You probably want to set it down with some powder if you're oily skinned, but I'm quite happy with it for now. For my day-to-day, but if I was going out for a full day, I would probably powder it down just so it lasted longer. So yes, very happy with that. G6, I'm glad I picked that up. The next thing I picked up is Boy Brow. You've seen this in action many times. I'm not going to open the new one because that will dry out because I've got a little bit left of my old one, but I'm just going to run that through my brows. And like I've mentioned before, I laminate and dye my brows with Eyelure, and I laminate it with a kit that I bought on Amazon, which is in my Amazon store if you want to check that out. And yeah, I do that maybe once every 3 months, but I dye my brows every few weeks just because I use exfoliates and things on my skin. My dye comes from my brows very quickly, so I do those every few weeks, and that means that I just need to brush my brows and go in the morning, which is what I quite like because I'm not somebody who's going to have lots of time just to be carving up brows and things. So just brush that through my brows. It leaves them looking quite fluffy and full, which is why I like the Boy Brow so much, and that's all I'm going to do with my brows. So if you want to pick up a Boy Brow, they're fabulous. I really love these. The next thing I bought from Glossier was a new Sky Wash. So I bought the Sky Wash in Terra, and that looks like this. And this is one of the long-lasting powder, like cream to powder eyeshadows. I love this colour. I got one of my best friends, Alexandra, onto one of these. It looks beautiful on her. She's olive toned with blonde hair, and it suits her really well. It's really beautiful. It looks really beautiful on her. So it just shows us this colour can just go across so many skin tones. And even on the website, on paler skins, it looks really beautiful. You can't go wrong with colours that are earth colours because you never say like a flower doesn't suit that tree. If it's an earth colour, it's going to suit everybody. So that's my rule when it comes to colours. And then I'm just going to put this a bit across my eyes. It's really easy to use, the doe foot applicator like this, but you want to work quite quickly because it does dry down, and you can just use it on the go because you can just do it with your fingers, which is also something that I appreciate for those people that are a little bit lazy but love makeup. This is like a really great product. So just put it around like the lash line and then push it up, and it just creates a really quick look. A little does go a long ways, and I have had this first Sky Wash for really quite some time before it even started to run out, so a little does go a long way. And that's what the Sky Wash in Terra looks like on the eyes. I think it's such a beautiful colour. Again, very universal. You can even just drag it underneath the eye as well. Because of the doe foot applicator, it's really easy to use, and I actually quite prefer it to using a brush, especially if you're in a rush and you're on the go. You could just add a little bit under the eye like so, brush it. So these are the eyes with the Terra eyeshadow Sky Wash. I really like that Sky Wash colour, and it will be one of the last things left on your face. It really lasts a long time, so you don't have to worry about it if you're on an evening out, and it's a good one quick wash of colour if you don't want to do a full eye and it still be effective. Now looking at my face now with the Sky Wash, it's made me look a little bit ill because I need to warm my skin up a bit. So to warm up my face, because I am looking a little bit pale now, I think I'm going to put my Fenty Beauty on in Caramel Cutie, which is this one here, because I don't think I'm going to put any other cream products on. No, I'm not. So I'm going to put this on to warm up my face and tie my skin back in with my eyes, because the thing with this colour Terra, it can make you look quite pale if you don't do the right thing around the rest of your face. It can make you look might make you look a little bit ill. So I'm going to use this colour here, which is one of my favourite bronzers, and I've talked about this before, that the Fenty bronzers are so fine that they almost look like cream on the skin, and they come in such an array of colours, really, for really pale skins to really deep skins. I really love the Fenty Beauty range. I think most people do. So I'm just going to warm up my skin in the usual places, just a little bit further back here, give my face a bit of shape. Top up here. Definitely my nose, just warm it up. My chin here. See, that's looking a bit better already. Just to warm up my face a little bit because it was looking a bit pale. It looks really nice with that base. I think I've got a bit overboard with the bronzer on my nose a bit. Ooh. But yeah, I think that looks much better. So a couple of videos ago I mentioned about my favourite blush by Sleek in Sahara being discontinued, and they've got another one called Slim Thick, which is a terracotta type colour, and this is the colour here. So really similar to that colour Sahara that I really liked. And I'm going to use this for you now. Sleek blushes, a little bit goes a long way for something that's drugstore, and I bought this from ASOS during their sort of Jubilee sale, and it went from £5 to £3.50, so they're really inexpensive, and I think a little goes a really long way. So I'm just going to put a bit of that on my skin as well, just to give my face a bit more warmth again, and tie it in with the eyeshadow. I'm so slapdash with my makeup sometimes. Sometimes I'm in the mood where I really take a long time, and when I'm getting ready, and I'll take a good hour to get ready and do my makeup. But I'm being realistic. Most days it's like a 10-minute job where I'm just kind of putting a bit of colour on my face and just evening out my skin. But I think that also, I love this shade. It's not exactly the same as Sahara, but it's enough of a replacement. It's got a bit more red in than Sahara. Sahara's slightly cooler than this, but for me it does a similar job, which I really like. It's quite a neutral shade. I'm just going to take the brush that I used to apply the YSL New Skin and just put over the top, just to blend all the edges, just go around the edges of my blush and around my forehead, just to make sure that all melts all together. And I think that's enough for base for me, as I'm not going to put any mascara on because I'm actually not going out. And I've mentioned a few times before, I really don't like taking off mascara if I don't have to, because I don't like to pull around my eyes. So I only wear mascara when I really need to, or really feel like I really want to. So let's do lips now. So I bought 3 different lip colours. I'm going to show you all of them. And let's see if they are really similar, because I think in my last video I mentioned that I think I might have bought colours that are super similar. So let's first start with the Glossier one, which is their Glossier Lipstick in their pink packaging, which is their Ultra Lip in the pink packaging, because they have the one in the pink and one in the white. And this is the Ultra Lip one. And I bought the colour Ember, which is this deep brown colour it looks like on here, and it's got that cool Glossier stamp on the top, but I'm pretty sure, yep, it's like a deep brown stroke berry colour. So this is Ember here, which by Glossier, really like this one. The smell doesn't have a scent, which is nice, and usually they smell like the Glossier. It smells just like a lipstick, but usually it smells like a bit like the Glossier scent, that flowery scent, but it doesn't have that, which I actually quite like, because I don't really like that near my top lip. It's very creamy, so that's what the Glossier one looks like. And then I bought the Chanel in Dominant, Chanel Rouge Coco Flash. These lipsticks are super expensive, so I got this because obviously I had my Boots points and I wanted to use them, and a lot of the Dior and the YSL lipsticks were already sold out online. But the Chanel lipsticks, I thought I'd give that a go, because I have had Chanel lipsticks in the past and quite like them, but they are quite expensive, I think, for what they are. For a lipstick, it's £30, so we're getting up there. Okay, no, so this is definitely more red, so that's this one here. So this one's got more of a raspberry underneath. This is more of like a purpley berry colour underneath. This is more of a raspberry. So 2 different colours, thank goodness, but I like them both, they're very beautiful. This one definitely has a classic like Chanel lipstick colour smell to it. So it's that flowery scent, that kind of, not a number 5 scent, but that it's got that smell. So if you don't like lipsticks near your, that kind of smell near your lips, you won't like that. Or if you're prone to breaking up because of fragrance in lipsticks, you won't like this one. It does fade though over time, so it's even started to fade now. So yeah, but this is the Chanel, and this is the Glossier. And then the last one I bought was, which I know I love already because I've had to try it as soon as I got it. It is, I'll find it in my things, the Clinique Almost Lipstick in Black Honey, which is the one that's trending all over again. They've had this colour for many years. Trending all over again. It comes in this sleek sort of pencil tube, and it looks very incredibly dark in the bullet, but it's like almost like a lip balm, but a tinted lip balm. So this is the one here. So it's almost a bit of a hybrid between these two, but in a lip balm colour, which I really like, because when you're on the go and you want to just top up your lips, get some moisturisation and put some colour on, this is great because you don't really need a mirror for it, whereas the others you might need a mirror just to make sure you're doing it in the lines and it's not getting messy. But this one is a perfect like on the go one, which I really like. And I also really like, because with this one I used it on my cheeks, which I really liked. So it was a really good quick, I needed some colour on my cheeks and I used that, so that's a really good one as well. So I'm going to show you all 3 of them on my lips, and I will start with the palest one, it makes sense. So I'll start with the Clinique one first on my lips, and let me bring you in a little bit closer. There you go. So this is what the Clinique Black Honey looks like on my lips. It's so creamy and so comfortable. So this is what Black Honey looks like on my lips. I think it's a great colour and it will suit everybody. And it looks slightly different on everybody as well, which I also really love. So, and it seems to get a little bit more purple on my lips so it looks on others. I just think it's a great colour. It will work for absolutely everybody and I would recommend it. It's £20 and if you get it on ASOS on one of their sales it went down to £15.70, so I think this is a great colour. Again, I could understand why it's a cult favourite and it suits everybody. Yeah, Black Honey is definitely a good one. Okay, the next one I'm going to try for you is the Chanel lipstick in Dominant. So this is the Rouge Flash. Put that up for you, put it straight on from the bullet. So this is what Chanel Dominant looks like. This colour, because I was debating between this and another and my sister helped me pick this one out. I absolutely love this colour. I'm so glad I got it. It's the subtle raspberry colour, which is bright enough to brighten up your face, but it's not red. I think this will also work for all seasons. Yeah, I'm really happy with this colour. It's incredibly creamy and the fragrance has already started to leave for me on my lips, so it's not as strong. You can still smell it, but I'm sure that will continue to fade as it's on my lips. I hope it's long lasting. I'll have to let you know, but this is a really beautiful colour. I think it's looks really nice. It makes my teeth look white, doesn't make them look yellow, which is always one of those things when you're picking out red and berry shades that you can make your teeth look yellow if you're not careful. Yeah, I think this is a really good colour for me, and yeah, I would recommend this colour. So this is Chanel Coco Rouge Flash in Dominant. And lastly, the lipstick I'm going to try is the Ultra Lip by Glossier in Ember, which is looking like this really deep brown colour but comes off a bit more of a berry. Let me put that on for you to see. So again, it does look like a very similar colour to the Black Honey, but just a fuller finish straight from the bullet. It's not like a subtle balm colour. It's very creamy. It feels very comfortable on the lips. I would say this one was more of a red-brown colour. It's definitely more of a more brown than the Black Honey and the Chanel Dominant, which is more of a raspberry red. It's still a very pretty colour. I don't know whether I'd put it with these eyes and this cheek, but it's a very pretty colour. I do like this too, and it's very comfortable on the lips. So this will, I'm sure, will go into my everyday, probably more in the autumn-winter time. I think it's a bit more of an autumn-winter shade, but yeah, very happy that I picked this up as well. I think I will enjoy using that too. There you go, here are some of the new bits that I picked up and what they look like on my face. If you want to see the full haul, go and look at the video before this. And if you want to see how the skin tint works or anything like that by Glossier, go and look at my many Glossier videos. I use the skin tint in quite a few of my makeup videos if you want to see how that works on the skin. And like I said, in those videos I'm using colour G6, and in the YSL I'm using number 9 for reference. I think I'm really happy with these. What I think I'm going to do though is I'm going to do a foundation series or a base series and see how everything wears and do a wear test, and I will wear these to work. And so me commuting, going about my day without touching up at all, and take different videos throughout the day so you can see what the colours and what the foundation are doing. So far I'm really happy with the YSL. It is slightly tacky, which is why I think the other colours and other makeup works well with the skin. It doesn't feel tacky actually on the face, but when I touch my face I can feel that it's slightly tacky, which means I think it'd be good for putting other cream products on, and then there'll be longevity with the other cream products, so that'll be interesting to use then. So what I will do is I do wear tests with the YSL, and then with all the other new foundations I've got and other foundations I do have, because I've got quite a large foundation stash and quite some popular ones as well, some cult classics in there too, so I could do some wear tests and do a series on that as well. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know below if there's anything that I've picked up that you think that you might pick up, or anything that you particularly liked. It'd be great to hear from you again. And as I mentioned in my last video, we are coming up to 200 subscribers, and I have a great gift to give away once I hit 200 subscribers. So if you are watching, please don't forget to subscribe, because I will do giveaways at every milestone that I have, and it's really great to have you around, and I really hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Take care.
Feel like falling deeper, colder nights 난 너무 싫어.